Hello, BookTube. I have a tiny mail haul. I think maybe my mailman balked at the heat. It's it's quite warm here in Boston today. I myself am smiling because I have turned into Jerry Seinfeld's parents from Seinfeld, who don't feel the heat at all. so I walked around in it today, and I could have stood it to be hotter. I didn't mind it at all. Uh, but I imagine that would change if I were walking around 3 miles with a heavy sack on my shoulder. So I only got two packages to sort through today, but we'll see what we have. We'll see what we have. Could be of interest. And the first one is very much of interest. This comes out as a trade paperback original in early September. This is by Shrabani Basu, and it is called Victoria and Abdul. This is about Queen Victoria late in life, and the Munshi, her Indian manservant who rose to prominence late in life, and taught her the Quran, taught her foreign languages, taught her philosophy in a totally new way, taught her all kinds of things that form the moral and intellectual staple of 2 billion of her subjects that she knew nothing about. And I was looking forward to this because it's a story that needs to be told over and over again. It is a really, really good story. One of the kind of really good stories that only history can provide. Fiction can't do it. And it has extra relevance in 2017 because there's a movie coming out that is spectacularly good. Just one of those 4-course meal movies where you go and you just love it from beginning to end. It moves you to tears. It makes you laugh. You come out absolutely refuting the easy thing we all catch ourselves saying, which is they don't make them like that anymore. They do make them like that anymore. Not often, but they do. I wholeheartedly recommend the movie. I think it's called Victoria and Abdul, and it stars the great Judi Dench as Queen Victoria, and the job she does. I tell you, this woman, she can do no wrong anyway, but when she is on her game as a British monarch, I believe there's now a trailer for the movie. If I can find one, I will link it down below. There are a couple of scenes in this movie that are Oscar worthy. I don't think it will actually win her an Oscar because of knee-jerk multiculturalism. I think the Academy won't do it because they'll be afraid of being picketed or something. But in a just world, she would win an Oscar for this performance. But if I can find a good, nice long trailer, I'll leave a link down below. But in the meantime, I'm very happy to have the book. I didn't know it was going to be an original paperback. I like that. I just wonder what the original paperback will look like. I hope it doesn't look like this. But anyway, that's not a bad start. And also almost finished because we've only got one other thing to do. And it's this one. But I'm glad of it because it gives me a chance to recommend the movie. It comes out, I think, this summer. And you should go and see it, especially if you're a history buff. But even if you're not a history buff, just seeing Judi Dench, act the pants off 2 younger generations is worth the price of admission. Okay, all right. So the next one is it's a novel. It comes out in December. I've heard a lot about this. It's by James Hahn Matson, and it's called The Lost Prayers of Ricky Graves. And I've heard a lot of praise for it. That, let me see here. What do we got here? A heartbroken and humiliated Ricky Graves took the life of a classmate and himself. 5 months later, the sleepy community is still in shock and mourning. Ricky's sister Alyssa returns to confront her shattered, withdrawn mother and her guilt over the brother she left adrift. Mark McVitry, the lone survivor of the deadly outburst sparked by his own cruelty, is tormented by visions of Ricky's vengeful spirit. Ricky's surrogate older brother, Corky Meeks, grapples with doubts about the fragile boy he tried to protect but may have doomed instead. And Jenny Little, who inadvertently became Ricky's Jeremy Little, because the gay element is important here. Jeremy Little, who inadvertently became Ricky's long distance internet crush despite never having met, seeks to atone for failing to hear his friend's cries for help. For those closest to the tormented killer, shock and grief have given way to soul searching as they're forced to confront their broken dreams, buried desires, as missed opportunities. And in their shared search for meaning and redemption, Ricky's loved ones find a common purpose: learning to trust their feelings, fighting for real intimacy in a world grown selfish and insincere, and fearlessly embracing all that matters most before it's gone from their lives. Uh, that description is an earlier version of that description is part of what sold me on this book, because you don't have to know anything about the book to hear that description and know that if the book lives up to it, it's going to blow you away. And I'm just hoping that it does. So that's good. I'm very glad to have this. I will read it long before December. So The Lost Prayers of Ricky Graves is book number 1 of our 2-book haul, and Victoria and Abdul is book number 2. So that's not bad. It's very small, but very intriguing. No dead weight. So there you have it. I'll end it there, and if my male truck driver is a little more intrepid, then I might have another mail haul for you. We'll see. Otherwise, we'll leave it here, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.